Modern name, they've moved up from a third division team to a second division team in the last couple of years, haven't they? They now have that Super 8 jersey going into stage 2.
Yeah, they do. Obviously a plan, and you may see many other kind of stage races. You get yourself in that jersey, you chip away very early on, pat in the back there from Robit, and you know, good job from both of them, and it's important for a lot of these teams.
Van Pucker has gone, and we're down to 4 riders now in the breakaway.
Well, that tells a story in itself, Rob. You know, they really do feel that, and it's the same with us, that it's going to come down to a sprint in the end. And Van Pucker, I think everybody in that team, you know, they've got their head screwed on. They're not going to make, you know, a huge effort. I think, you know, Van Pucker, who's beaten in that sprint, I think he'll want to try and get in the breakaway, not tomorrow, of course, because it's time trial, but possibly on Friday, and try and pick up some points in that competition. So, you know, he's obviously thinking,
well, he was at the game on the climb. He's sitting there in fourth wheel, and he's sitting just behind the Serbian national champion.
He's quite easy. He stands out a little bit, probably because of his height.
Dusan Rajovic just in front of, yes, the large, tall figure of Jonathan Milan. Inside 40 k's to go now. You TV viewers have missed the nerves starting to jangle a little, and the break going down to 4 riders now. Van Pucker is off back to the peloton. That means that Corvi remains alongside Ruch, as well as Dessal, Bingo Wallonie Bruxelles, as well as Lotto Destiny and Flanders Baloise. Tim Wellens right inside. So good to see him back to racing. Two-time winner of the general classification here. Oh, don't look back now. Long way to start looking back. This is where our golden... There we go, I've fallen for it, Brian. Our green kilometre will begin. The Renewi Tour with a renewed name and slightly different terms. We'll get there. But the green kilometre, with the 3 lots of 3, 2 and 1 bonus seconds available, will come on our next lap. So next time around at this route.
It's important, you know, fluid intake, as well as, you know, your kind of solid intake as well. And I think getting into these final kilometres, good opportunity, last chance, because at 20 kilometres it will stop.
Well, actually, I was reading through the rules that they've changed it today. Feeding is allowed until 10 kilometres to go in today's race, Brian. But yes, normally the normal rule, isn't it? You know, it's a bit like the pubs shutting at 11 o'clock back in the day, for those of you in UK. That was the rule, but there are exceptions allowed, and yes, 10 kilometres to go today.
Extreme conditions in Belgium.
You say anything above 15 degrees is extreme heat in Belgium, isn't it? I say that because it's only like Accrington, don't worry. Look at this, a real fight just to keep this position now, and this is bringing it back, and every time we come up to these difficult corners, we've got this, and look at that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they're not really kind of fighting for road space. You know, they have come up just in case, because this green kilometre is coming up pretty quickly now, within the next kind of 3 kilometres, and if you're kind of sitting back there and these riders are brought back, and then, you know, they are sprinting for bonuses, if you've got a GC contender in there, you'll be thinking, well, you know, we should have been there. So it's a case of the shout coming in your ear from the sports director, make sure you move up and make sure you're there just in case. But I believe that for all of these teams, they'll want these 3 riders just to kind of sweep up all the bonuses, but you can see this kind of bunching up, just in case anybody does decide to kind of bring these 3 riders back. You have to be there.
It could be absolute chaos if somebody makes a move from behind to try and come back, because that means that you trigger the domino effect, don't you? Everybody has to chase, everybody has to follow. A lot of looking around at others as well here. There's an acceleration. Well, what are they doing? Who's here? And the very nature of what's happening is just bringing it closer and closer to being brought back. We're travelling at 60 kilometres per hour here, and it's not a big sprint or anything. Inside 25 kilometres to go. Now 2.5 Ks to the first of 3 sprints inside a K. Green kilometre as Arnaud Delis and the rest of his team make an appearance at the front for the first time today. Take all the bonus seconds, but are they going to stay there? Because we're now just a few hundred metres from the first of these sprints, and we've got the peloton bearing down on them behind. Step Bahrain and UAE. We've got more mechanical problems this time for the French champion Valentin Madouas. It's chaos on the roads here at the Renewi Tour. The race has changed its name, but it retains its identity.
Yeah, he'll be one. Maybe not for today for the sprints, but definitely potentially looking at maybe getting up there in the overall.
Dessau then sprinting away to try and take the first of the 3 sprints in the green kilometre. To try and slow it down and allow Corvi to be up there.
Yeah, they want him. I thought it was a kind of strange one, because I thought this race would suit him, and he got himself into breakaway. So they're wanting to, give himself that opportunity, but, allow maybe Covey to take some of these seconds, because out the 3 of these guys, he's quite quick.
Keep your eyes on it as Hodge is now on a number, watching the numbers and trying to put out the biggest numbers to that first point.
Well, Rich has gone a long one, isn't it? Dessau went, he was brought back by Covey. Covey's latching on to Ruch, and it's not easy when you're riding like this, and you've got to make these 3 efforts one after another. Covey's just turned around to Dessau and said, "Look, come on, we have to keep on riding here." We're just almost at the front, the first of the sprints here. But Covey seems to be the man most likely to gain quite a few seconds here.
So that 1,000 metres there, I think, should have been one
to keep that position. But you're right, Lotto Destiny have done a very good job. Done no riding whatsoever today, but using the firepower now. But you just see the efforts. Alpecin de Koning out the saddle, trying to keep it going, trying to ride as hard as you can. And it is about position. Lotto Destiny just moving over towards the left now. The key moment is coming up to just outside that last kilometre, where you get that swing to the left and then the right, that kind of chicane. You want to have your sprinter in a good position there.
Sudal Quickstep, you're not yet able to move up. Einhorn is there right on the wheel of Kwiatkowski, who's just moving back now. On the right-hand side, it's Tarling, who's trying to keep Viviani right towards the front. Viviani waiting and waiting. It's still Alpecin de Koning now. 2 kilometres to go. 1 rider in front of their main man. You can see Pithies down the left-hand side for Groupama FDG. DSM just taking a moment to break and move. Oh, no, and it's one of the DSM riders who's gone down. Right in the centre there, that's a disaster for the team from the Netherlands. And trying to go with Welsford, it's Welsford who's crashed. Sam Welsford crashing, just under 2 Ks to go. DSM's options have been destroyed for the day. And now at the front, they've had their moment of nerves. They've had that tricky time, and it's time to go again, because suddenly we're approaching the final kilometre, and here's that chicane, Brian, where they come in, round left and into that bend.
Yeah, this is so important here to have a good position, because, as they go left and right, and, you don't want to get blocked now, and, we're seeing a little bit of movement, so get safely through this phase. He's turned left and then turn right and then left again, so, all's good. But 1 kilometre to go now for the front of the peloton.
Josh Tarling is doing his best to wind it up. You can see that Trentin has made his way up there, freelancing to the front almost. Medleer is being brought to the front, but it's scruffy, it's scrappy. You can see that Dylan Groenewegen in the blue and white on the right-hand side as well. Olaf Koy is following his wheel as other DSM riders try to get in and in the mix. Arnaud Demar is all alone, but he's sitting on the wheel of Arnaud Delis in the blue and white. You can see also fourth wheel now in the blue. Coming into the final 400 to 500 metres, Jasper Philipsen is there. Medleer has been dropped off but needs to move up. And here we go, the lead out starts. And it is Arnaud Delis who's going to be led out in the blue and red. Behind him you can see waiting to go their main man, the man from the Tour de France, Jasper Philipsen for Alpecin de Koning. Behind Trentin getting up there and in the mix, and here comes the sprint. It's Delis launches it in the red through the centre. On the right hand side Trentin is there and has good turn of speed. On the left though it's Philipsen going to the line. Philipsen all the way, and it was never in doubt. Jasper Philipsen launching and Jasper Philipsen winning. The best sprinter in 2023 continues to add to his tally. It's an 11th victory of the season for the Belgian. They controlled all day, and even amongst the chaos in the finale, Alpecin de Koning managed to keep their cool. And it's Jasper Philipsen who yet again finishes the job.
Bit of a chaotic sprint there, but it looks so easy for Philipsen. As soon as he launched, it looks as if he's in a huge gear there. Power just came to the fore there, and you know, the man of the moment, the man of the year, the sprinter, you know, wins another one here in the first stage of the new Renewi tour. But I just thought it was kind of good there from Lotto Destiny, but when Arnaud Delis kind of opened up, everybody else is out the saddle sprinting. Just watch this here, Arnaud Delis goes, but Philipsen just goes to the right hand side. He's looking at him constantly. Another look. How easy was that?
As well.
Yeah.
Look at where Medleer comes from. And
well, that's the thing, Rob. Where does he come from? It's all about getting good position in the first place.
In terms of acceleration, I'm surprised. In terms of acceleration, it looks as though Medleer had it. He had the jump on everybody there in that sprint, but starting from a heck of a lot further back than Jasper Philipsen.
Yeah, it was hectic. I already noticed a few laps to go. That was hectic, but my team kept me good in position, protected me well, and yeah, that's key to success today.